Hi, this is Non-Monogamous Mark, and I'm the CEO and Executive Director of the ECNM Lifestyles Association. ECNM stands for Ethical and Consensual Non-Monogamous Lifestyles. Well, tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about our internal GPS. How many places can you get to without a GPS? You know, I used to be able to take it in my head, figure out a lot of calculations. I was really good with math, and I could do a lot of things in my head, but then, I got to where I was using a calculator just to do simple calculations. And these days, I don't know how much calculating I can actually do in my head, but it's very little. I'm so used to, so dependent now on having the calculator or the computer do the calculations for me. And that's how I've gotten with the GPS. Using a GPS in my car or one on my phone, it's like I can't get anywhere without it. That's how our own lives are as well, that we have an internal GPS. And I went most of my life without understanding how my internal GPS works and what my internal GPS even is. And so that's why I wanted to make this video for you tonight. Now, your internal GPS, just like the GPS in your phone and the GPS that you may have had years ago, like a Garmin or a TomTom GPS, or the GPS that you take out on the back trails and go hiking or skiing with. Well, that GPS operates off of the fact that there's 3 satellite signals that are all coming in to give the right coordinates, down to just 10 feet, of accuracy, or sometimes even less. And so they're very accurate, but it takes 3 satellite signals to be able to get the coordinates of where you are at, and then also have the coordinates of where you're going, so it can then chart a path to get you from where you're at to where you're going. And most of the time, like I said, most of my life I spent without even realizing and knowing that I had an internal GPS within myself. These aren't things that we are taught in school. Our parents don't teach them. Of course, people can't teach you things that they don't know. And so let me talk about the GPS in our lives. And like that handheld GPS or the one in your phone, there are 3 things that come into that GPS so that we can find out and know where we're at and where we're going and get where we're going. And those 3 things, I'll just go through them real quick here for you. It's your words, it's your thoughts, and it is your
feelings.
Yes, I just totally blanked on that. So this is I'm going to go ahead and go with this, but yes, Kath, my partner Kathy is behind the camera, and it just suddenly my mind just totally blanked, and yet these are things that I commonly talk about. In fact, she was able to tell me what they were because these things that I've kind of relayed and taught her as well, and so let me go back up here and just talk about there are 3 signals in our life that provide us with our own internal GPS, and that's our words, our thoughts, and our feelings or our emotions. And so it's really important to be able to not suppress any of those. Don't push any of those down, because there's so often, that we suppress our own words, where, I better not say anything and things of that nature. Well, those are indicators to you, and if you're suppressing things, that's an indicator to you. I was talking to a friend yesterday, just got together after he got off work, and then talking to some people last night, where again people, particularly women, I think are accustomed to this in our culture, in our society, where they take the authentic person that they are. And a lot of us males as well, who are ethically and consensually non-monogamous, and we just don't really want to bring that part of our life out, or maybe we're sluts and we don't want to, because there's such a negative word or negative connotation about being a slut, that we don't want to bring that part of ourselves out. And so what we do is we suppress it and we push it way down. You know, and as a religious Christian, I lived over 20 years of my life doing those kinds of things, suppressing myself, repressing myself, you know, because all those things, well, you know, those are tools of the devil, and you don't want the devil to get a hold of you, and so you better suppress it and repress it. It's sin, it's things like this. Well, you know, no, I don't believe any of that anymore, and so I believe that our feelings, our emotions, how we feel about things are made there to be a guide to us. Same thing with our words and our thoughts. And so we want to measure the energy that's in our feelings, the energy that's in our thoughts, and the energy that is in our words. And just kind of think about, put it on a scale. Is that a positive energy? Is that something that lifts up and builds up and helps people to go to the next place, next step in their life? Or is it something that tears down and puts down and creates a lot of strife and hardship and deconstructs in people's lives? You know, or maybe even something that just totally blows up. I know I've been there myself as well. And so that's how we take a look at those three signals that we get in our life: our emotions and feelings, our words and our thoughts. You know, are they positive energy and full of positive energy, or are they negative energy and full of negative energy? And then, of course, then in our own lives, there's a way that we can take and change the direction of all of those, our words, our thoughts, and also our feelings. You know, because we create all of that. And sometimes you say, well, no, I don't create that. You know, I was reacting. Well, see, yeah, you reacted, and you did create your reaction, because that's what you're accustomed to doing. And if you didn't see my video the other day about creating your own, the three things that you need to do to create your own reality, that's a great video. Go back and watch that. But so you want to take and understand then that if your GPS, your internal GPS, your words, your thoughts, and your feelings, if they're headed, if they're in any one of those three is kind of on the side of having negative energy, then that's kind of direct telling you that's directing you away. You know, so if you think of the things that you're wanting to, where you want to go in your life, the things you're wanting out of your life, then your GPS wants to direct you to those things. But you know, whether it's negative energy, you pound your thumb with a hammer, and so you go off swearing and cussing. Well, you don't have to respond that way. Yes, it hurts, but you don't have to respond in such a negative energy way. You can also respond with some control and have some positive energy for things. And so you can learn to do that, and then that way you won't get diverted off of your path towards getting the things in life that you want to have. Because that's exactly what the negative energy does, whether it be in your thoughts or your feelings or your words. Anytime there's negative energy that comes out, it's directing you away from anything in life that you would ever possibly want, instead of directing you to the things that you would ever possibly want. And so one of the things that I work on myself all the time is I'm working on always rising my energy level and keeping it positive and increasing the level of positivity that I am putting out, so that I am just pure positive energy. And I find that creates a much more exciting and enjoyable life, being a life of pure positive energy with my thoughts and my words and my feelings. And so I hope that this video will help you to do the same thing. And if you liked what you heard, if you want to know more about Non-Monogamous Mark or ECNM Lifestyles Association, then go ahead and click on that link. Thanks a lot tonight for being here.